Hello everyone, this is Jeremy from Redemption Performance and Engineering, coming to you from the home shop today. If you have a 90s GM or Chevrolet truck, like my old shop truck Oscar here, you probably know that these trucks can be prone to some coolant leaks in a couple of locations. I want to talk today about how to diagnose those, how to repair them, and just share a couple little quick tips and tricks. So two of the most common places for coolant leaks on these Vortec trucks. So mainly we're going to be talking about the 96 through 2000, depending if it's a Tahoe Suburban. The SUVs went longer. I know everyone gets confused about that. The Vortec engines. So two of the most common leaks are going to be the lower intake manifold gasket, where the lower intake manifold meets the cylinder head. And then also on these trucks and the small block trucks as well, there's a coolant hose behind the alternator here that has a quick connect fitting on it that also leaks. And this truck is just starting to leak. I'll zoom you guys in for a closer look. We'll start off by taking a little bit of a closer look at the heater hose. This is a quick connect type fitting where this hose pushes directly into this hex-shaped fitting with this nylon kind of plastic catch. Now it's hard for me to get you guys zoomed in close enough to see, but if you look on the very bottom of this here, there's some green kind of tracking and light moisture. It's not leaking very bad yet, but it's just starting to seep, probably when the cooling system is fully pressurized. This is one of the most common areas for these to leak. This is an area that's common for corrosion in older trucks, or if somebody has not maintained their cooling system well. This is the most common and generally the easiest of the coolant leaks to fix. A closer look at the fitting. I've got a new one right here. So this is what the fitting actually looks like. It threads into the lower intake manifold, and there's a nylon catch right here, and it snaps in the top. You can buy just the nylon catches. If you don't need to replace this whole thing, you can buy just the nylon catch to replace that as well. I've left this in the box so you guys can see, if I can get it to where you can see the part number right there. So anyway, you can buy these new. If yours breaks off in the intake manifold, which is common, they'll break off right here when you go to remove them. You need this tool here from Lyle. This tool right here will, you tap it into the piece that's remaining in the intake manifold, and then you grab onto this with a wrench or a socket and back it out. So this is a super helpful tool for removing stuck or broken heater hose fittings. So this is a much better view of the actual area. You can see the little bit of green here, if I can get to it. You can see my little bit of my green here. This is just starting to seep. This gives you a better view of the nylon catch that's replaceable. You can see the little tangs here. You push these in, and then this will come straight onto this hex-shaped fitting. They often will, there's an O-ring here they'll leak from. This nylon fitting can go bad, or this hex piece will rust, and I've seen them rot here, and they'll leak, or they'll rust on the inside, and they'll leak. So that's kind of commonplace number one. The other thing you can see here, the other commonplace for this truck happens to be the 454 big block. The 350 and 305 and 4.3 V8 and V6 engines leak in these same locations as well. This is the cylinder head, this is the intake manifold gasket, and this is the lower intake. I know we're zoomed way in here. I'll zoom out to give you guys a bit of a better sense of scale here, but this is the very corner of the lower intake manifold, and on these 454s especially, a common place for them to leak. They'll leak externally, where water will come out and it'll run down the cylinder head, or it'll come here, run down the intake, and it'll pool here, and then you'll start to see it trail down the front of the engine. So these gaskets are prone to leak at all four corners. This just happens to be the corner that I can get the best shot of, but all four corners can leak coolant. So if you're buying one of these trucks used, one of the first things you want to look for is look at the condition of this gasket, and look in this region for leaks around the bolts, leaks between the gasket. Look here for leaks here. These are fixable problems, but they can be a headache, and they're going to cost you a little bit of money at the mechanic if you got to pay to have it fixed. So hopefully that helps. All the gas engines in these 96 through 2000 trucks, they are all prone to these leaks in these locations. Again, the 4.3 V6, the 5-liter V8, the 5.7 V8, and the 7.4 V8 like this one here. It's not a huge deal to pull the upper and lower intake to replace the gaskets. If you have to, that's obviously the bigger job than just replacing the heater hose fitting there. Lots of content online about how to properly do that. Don't need to go over that here. Wanted to keep this short. But hopefully that helps you guys. Again, if you're buying one of these trucks, looking for one of these, if you have a coolant leak, also check the oil. Typically these trucks will leak coolant externally, but it is sometimes they will leak into the valley, into the motor, and then you'll be getting coolant in the oil. So if your oil level raises for any reason, or if you see what looks like a milkshake in your oil, you might want to take a look.